Let's be honest for a second. Have you ever looked at a subject and thought, yeah, this is not for me? Not because you didn't try, but because every time you tried, you felt stupid. You look around the class and it feels like everyone else just gets it. They raise their hands, they finish early, they look confident. And you sit there thinking, how are they so smart? And why am I not? For me, that subject was math. I wasn't just bad at math. I had accepted that I was a person who would always be bad at math. I'd stare at a page of equations and a voice in my head would say, you don't get this? You'll never get this. This is not your thing. That feeling of believing you've hit your limit is one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. It makes you want to stop trying. I've been there. But what if I told you that limit you feel, it's not real. And the thing holding you back isn't your intelligence. It's a belief you didn't even realize you had.
That belief has a name, a fixed mindset. The idea comes from Carol Dweck at Stanford University, and it's the belief that your intelligence and abilities are static, unchangeable traits. You're either born good at something or you're not. And when you believe that, every challenge becomes a threat. I remember one moment I'll never forget. The teacher called me up to solve a problem on the board. I walked up already knowing I was going to fail. My hand was shaking, my mind went blank. I could feel 30 people behind me watching. And when I got it wrong, I didn't feel like I made a mistake. I felt exposed, like the whole class had just seen proof that I wasn't smart. That's what a fixed mindset does. It turns a simple mistake into a verdict about who you are. You start avoiding challenges because you don't want to look dumb. School stops being a place to get smarter and starts being a place to protect your ego. Some studies measuring brain activity even show that people with a fixed mindset tend to show less engagement when they confront errors, as if their brain tries to avoid the mistake instead of learning from it. I stayed in that defensive crouch for years. Then one day, my teacher asked me a question that changed everything. What if the problem isn't your brain, but your belief about your brain? She introduced me to the opposite idea, the growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, strategies, and persistence. Challenges stop being threats. They become opportunities to grow. Learning stops being about proving how smart you are and becomes about becoming smarter. Section 3. The why. Your brain is built to change. This sounded nice, but was it real? Yes, because of something called neuroplasticity. Modern neuroscience shows that your brain is constantly forming and strengthening connections as you learn. When you struggle with a problem, make mistakes, and try again, your brain literally builds stronger neural pathways. Effort is not a sign of weakness. Effort is the physical process of getting smarter. Teaching students about this has even been linked to improved academic outcomes, especially for struggling students. Before my teacher gave me all the strategies, she gave me something much smaller. One word. Yet. She said, every time you say, I can't do this, add the word yet. I can't do this yet. I don't understand this yet. That one word stopped my brain from shutting down. Only after that did she give me the full toolkit. 1. Praise the process, not the person. This is a core principle in 2X research. Focus on the effort, strategies, and persistence, not the outcome. Instead of, I'm smart or I'm dumb, it becomes, I worked hard or I need a new strategy. 2. Reframe mistakes as information. A mistake is not a judgment. It's data. People with a growth mindset actually pay more attention to their errors, using them as learning tools. 3. Embrace the challenge. I started trying harder problems first, not because I could solve them, but because I knew they would make my brain grow the most. The first real sign that something was changing wasn't my grade. It was this. I stopped feeling panic when I saw a hard problem. Before, a hard question felt like a threat. Now, it felt like a challenge. Math was still difficult, but it wasn't impossible anymore. The voice in my head changed from, I'm not good enough, to, let's try this a different way.
Many studies have shown that teaching a growth mindset can improve math performance, especially in students who struggle the most.
This applies to everything: sports, music, art, public speaking, coding. A growth mindset builds resilience, motivation, and better ways of coping with setbacks. It changes how you see yourself. Think of one thing you believe you're bad at. This week, find one small challenge in that area. And when you struggle, say, "I can't do this yet." Share what that thing is in the comments. Let's grow our brains together. For years, I believed I was just bad at math. But your abilities aren't fixed. Your brain is designed to grow. And the moment you stop protecting your ego and start training your brain, everything changes. Now go grow your brain.